everyone, Mitch coming in for the Cabaretti studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a fun one for you. I'm going to be talking about some Omega level commanders, the most powerful commanders out there, under $1. That's right, budget friendly. We're going to go through the top 10 most unstoppable budget commanders of all time. Let's jump into them. And of course, there is a handy-dandy link to every single one of these cards in the description below, so do check that out and pick up Emry, Lurker of the Loch, and build an incredibly unstoppable deck around this 47-cent gem, a 1/2 Merfolk Wizard for 3 mana in blue. But you probably won't even pay that, even though it's just 3 mana. It's got affinity for artifacts, being it costs 1 less gas for each artifact you control. On top of that, when this enters, mill 4 cards and tap. Choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast this card that turn. Okay, so here's what's going to happen with this one. Well, you're going to recurse some incredibly powerful artifacts, and some of those, and actually on a recent-ish episode that I did, I highlighted that a Mindslaver is incredibly cheap right now. So yeah, even just that, there are some absurd combos with this card. I mean, first of all, again, cards like Mindslaver that you shouldn't be able to just keep getting back again and again and again. You can just shut an opponent down, take over them basically for the rest of the game. Basically, you're turning the game into a, well, 2-on-1-on-1, or again, if there's only 3 players left, a 2-on-1, and all of a sudden, the game is over, basically. That being said, of course, you can also combo off with a multitude of other things. Artifacts are some of the most broken things in Magic, and you can go, yeah, all right, let's play that again. Oh, and by the way, there are certain ways, you know, to maybe untap this when you play artifacts too. And then you're like, oh yeah, play that again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Because, of course, artifacts also can, you know, reduce costs quite easily. And, yeah, there's a lot of broken combos. Just go to Commander Spellbook for this one, type in Emry, and just see the multitude of combos that you have access to. A crazy good, unstoppable commander on a budget. Pick it up, build around it. Moving on, I already mentioned how artifacts are the most powerful things in Magic, one of them, but another thing is, well, tutoring. And tutoring out of the command zone on an uncommon commander that is just 8 cents is insane. Rocco, Cabaretti, Caterer, Rocco's Modern Life, a 3/1 Elf Druid for, well, X and Naya colors. Enters the battlefield. If you cast, you may search life for a creature card, mana value X or less on the battlefield, then shuffle. Oh my goodness. Here's the thing about this one. Again, your commander is the combo engine. Your commander just goes and get whatever combo piece you need. There are so many cards out there, so many creatures out there that combo, and all you need to do is go, okay, yeah, all right, I get one of them. Okay, cool. All right, I use my Kenrith to tutor out the other one. Okay, I comboed. I win. Yay! Yeah, you can also, utilize a multitude of ways to bounce this back to your hand, recast it to go get the other piece of the combo. There's a lot of low-to-the-ground creature combos, too, where you can very easily, very quickly, again with some ritual effects, essentially, combo off of this in absolutely no time. Very consistent, very powerful, very absurd, and yes, you can also just utilize it as a toolbox commander, too, to help you out in certain situations, but yeah. Combo here, combo there, combo everywhere, an incredibly powerful, unstoppable budget commander. Pick it up, build around Rocco's Modern Life. I mean, that's probably what you're going to name the deck, right? Rocco's Modern Life? No? Anyone else? Show? Okay, bye. So, goodbye to Rocco, and hello to Rowan, Scion of War. My goodness, I can't believe this one is just 30 cents still. This is an insane commander. 4/2 Human Wizard with Menace for 3 mana, and Rakdos. Tap spells you cast this turn that are black and or red, cost X less to cast for X the amount of life you lost this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Yeah, here's the thing. Life loss is something that is incredibly easy to utilize in Commander. Again, you have 40 life. And of course, also, there are a multitude of cards that are just like, hey, lose however much life you want. Like, some of my favorite cards of all time, like Mischievous Poltergeist, are like, yeah, pay 1 life, regenerate me. Okay, you can just activate whenever you want. You don't have to, like, wait for an opportunity to actually regenerate. You're like, no, I'm just gonna, go pay 1 life. And then I pay 1 life. And then I pay 1 life. As many times as you want. So all of a sudden you pay 30 life in the turn, and all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, tap. My spells that are black and or red cost 30 less to cast? What in the world? Yeah, cost reduction is an incredibly broken thing. And of course, then you can go, all right, well, I have that, and then all of a sudden what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to, well, I mean, you can untap this with, like a, threaten type effect, which there are a multitude of. Again, just a single red mana for the most part. For those are going to be like, oh yeah, untap this, do it again. My spells cost 60 less, and then you just like exsanguinate people. I mean, there's so many ways, so many X spells in this color combination where you can finish all your opponents off. Jaisim, Lightning Inferno, etc. Yeah, you can just, well, draw your entire library most of the time, essentially. Or just, you know, exsanguinate your opponents. Just, there's so many ways that you can win with this. It's just absolutely absurd and just so quickly again. It's low to the ground. It's quick. And, of course, again, like I mentioned, there's a multitude of ways to just lose your life. And usually that's a bad thing, but with this commander, you make it into a good thing. It's crazy good, crazy powerful. You can utilize so many budget-friendly cards to win, pick it up, build around it. But now let's go back to Mono Blue and a different kind of a commander from the one we mentioned earlier with Emry, Unctus Grand Metatect, a 2/4 Phyrexian Vidalcan for 3 mana in blue. Yeah, again, it's one of those type lines where you're like, you really had to shrink down the font, didn't you, to fit in a Ledger, Artifact Creature, Phyrexian Vidalcan. But yeah, it's worth it. Anyways, other artifact creatures you control get ++1. That's nice. Oh, wait, we skipped over the most important part. Here we go. Yeah, the little pump effect is nice, but other blue creatures you control have... whenever this creature comes tapped, draw a card, then discard a card. Yeah, that's insane. Again, literally every single one of your blue creatures have that. Yeah, so you're just like, oh yeah, they just get that. Oh, there it is, creatures that inherently combo with that because they can just untap themselves. Like, oh yeah, tap, untap a permanent. Oh, I untap myself. Or untap a creature, but typically in blue it's permanent. Okay, I untap myself. I do it again, and again, and again. Oh, and all of a sudden you're just basically going, okay, yeah, well, I'm going to just draw my entire library. I mean, yes, you were losing cards as well, right? Because you were discarding too, but you can just filter through your entire deck, get whatever, again, if you say you start with 5 cards in your hand, okay, whatever 5 cards you want out of your deck are now in your hand, yeah, you win. You win. And of course, obviously, there's ways to play things out of your graveyard as well, ways to get things back out of your graveyard, ways to draw more cards, essentially, like, okay, like Teferi's Insight, like, double up on your card draw, so you're actually netting cards as you do this. Or just if you have a Psychosis Crawler in play. Cool. Oh, and by the way, there's still one more thing on this. By paying a Phyrexian blue until end of turn, target creature you control gives a blue artifact, dish to other colors and types, activate as a sorcery. Cool, that's another avenue as well, again, that you can turn basically any creatures into a blue artifact, so there you go. If you need that, you got it. You usually don't even need that, though, because, well, there's so many creatures that can either untap themselves or untap another thing that then untaps the other thing that untaps the other thing. You can go infinite with this with a box of chocolates, with a ham sandwich. There are so many ways you can go infinite with this. It's absolutely crazy. Pick it up, win with it right away. Next up, Jhoira, I love you. Jhoira Weatherlight Captain might be the commander deck that I put the most time into of all time. I really tweaked every single tiny piece of this deck over and over and over and over again for what seemed like months. But it was worth it until I learned that, well... yeah, some players don't like to play against, this type of deck. But, yeah, you live and you learn, right? In Commander, yeah, you start off and you're like, yeah, 15 board wipe seems great. Yeah, most players don't want to do that, even though it's not illegal to do. Yeah, so my Selenia deck had to maybe change that. That being said, Jhoira Weatherlight Captain, a 3/3 Human Artificer, 4 mana, and is it whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. Artifacts, Ledgers, and Sagas are historic. I'll give you a hint which one of those is the most powerful, and it's not Ledgers and it's not Sagas. Artifacts. As I mentioned earlier with Emry, artifacts are one of the most broken things in Magic, probably the most broken thing in my opinion, really. It is something that is just like, okay, I play those spells, which usually I have, cost reducers out that make them cost less, and maybe even just nothing at all. Okay, I'll play a Mana Rock for free. Okay, I drew a card. Okay, now I have extra mana and extra cards. Oh, by the way, I've got ways to bounce them back to my hand, all those artifacts, and then play them again for free, and then draw even more cards. Artifact Storm. Yeah, you see where this is going. Yeah, taking like a 20-minute turn at an LGS with people you haven't met before, and you're like, wow, this is so fun, right? And they're like, yeah, this is great just watching you do that. I mean, there's some playgroups out there that I obviously love, and I love watching an Eggs deck go off, or like an Artifact Storm deck go off, but yeah, it's not for everyone, so I learned that pretty quickly. But yeah, I've done a couple episodes on this one. I built it, I rebuilt it, and also I did an episode on like the one deck I won't play anymore. I still have the deck. I play it if everyone at the table agrees that we're all playing our most powerful deck, essentially, and we all say, like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're okay with whatever happens, essentially. But yeah, this budget commander is insanely powerful, and again, you can utilize some really, really budget-friendly cards to do some insane things. Pick it up, build around it, with the caveat that, yeah, make sure you're asking those around you first if they're okay with you playing it. Next up, Judith, Carnage, Connoisseur. Yeah, Judith, this is, I kind of referenced this a little bit. I was talking about Selenia with that one where I had like the 15 plus board wipes. Judith decks basically always have that, but like not, and you can kind of get away with the excuse of like, well, it's technically not a board wipe. Okay, kind of is though. 3/4 Human Shaman for 5 mana and Rakdos. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, choose one. That spell gains Death Touch and Lifelink, or you make a 2/2 red imp creature token with. When it dies, it deals 2 to each opponent. Cool. I mean, that second part is nice, and eventually you might pick that, but yeah, the more important one is ping everything down and gain an insane amount of life. I mean, you didn't need Wizards to throw lifelink on that. You really didn't at all, but you did. And so literally there are so many cards out there like, okay, 1 mana, 1 damage to all your opponent's creatures. And previously, those were like, yeah, this is a garbage card. Like, who's going to use that? Like, okay, and what opportunity? Oh, yeah, my opponent's got a bunch of tiny soldiers. Cool, all right. Wow, I've got my card that somehow is perfect for that situation. Yay, good for me. Okay, no, but with this commander, it's like, okay, I've got my 1 mana card that is a one-sided board wipe. Oh, by the way, that also gains me probably like 20 life. It's absolutely crazy. Again, turning all those 1 mana, 2 mana cards that are just small ping effects that ping your opponent's creatures and not yours to just one-sided board wipes that take everything out again and again and again and again, all while gaining a ton of life. And of course, if you have things like Sanguine Bond in play, it's like, okay, I also drain you a ton at the same time. Absolutely crazy, absolutely absurd, insane commander that literally, again, turns so many bad cards into so many good cards. It's one where your opponents will not have a board state. You will have a board state, and they cannot do anything about it because, well, yeah, if they play creatures, they're just gone. Okay, goodbye. Kenny is a king for a reason. Kenny does absolutely everything and doesn't even have to do anything actually for you, depending on the deck, until literally the end of the game. 89 cents for this crazy good commander, a 5/5 Human Noble for 5 mana in white, but it is a Wooburg commander, and here we go. Pay a red, all creatures gain triple haste off turn. 1 and a green, put a counter on target creature. Pay 2 and a white, target player gains 5 life. Pay 3 and a blue, target player draws a card. Pay 4 and a black, put target creature card from a grave with the battlefield under its control. Okay, did you catch all that? Yeah, it does so many incredible, crazy things. Yeah, this is a combo engine that literally, again, that the last part can just combo with certain things. Like Composite Golem, okay, cool, like infinitely get it back. I mean, if you have a cost reducer, then cool, you get that back in infinite mana, good for you. That being said, of course, literally just, if you just have other ways to generate infinite mana just on their own, which there are a multitude of ways to do so, you're like, okay, cool, I didn't even play my commander until the end. I play my commander, and I throw infinite blue mana into this and go, hey, all of you draw your cards. Okay, you lose. Yeah, I mean, this commander is one that, again, gives you access to every single card out there, being a 5-color Wooburg commander, has combos that are built into it, and also, again, just is that, well, mana sink where you just combo win because, hey, I've got infinite mana, and now all of you lose. Good for me. It's a toolbox commander that is insanely powerful, very budget-friendly as well. There are budget-friendly ways to combo off and get an insane amount of mana. Of course, there definitely are out there. Pick it up, build around it. If, well, you are okay with getting the wrath of the table, because Kenny is incredibly popular and incredibly good, and people know that. Also that way, a Brawl commander. Wizards, remember when you tried to make Brawl happen in paper, and people were like, what are you doing? What? No. Anyways, a 4/4 Dragon Noble with flying for 5 mana in Jund Korvold, Fae-Cursed King. Enters or attacks, sacrifice another permanent. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, get a counter on this and draw a card. This did not need both of those things, and draw a card is insane. And the fact that it's just permanent instead of like non-token, non-land, or something like that is crazy. This, like, okay, you play an Evolving Wilds, cool, draw a card. Oh, and by the way, I get a counter for no reason at all. This is one where you are benefited incredibly highly to play treasures, and you're like, okay, I literally sacrifice a treasure, I grow my commander, and I replace that treasure with a card draw. You are going to be taking insanely long turns. You're also probably going to be tutoring for a bunch of lands as well, playing like Harrow type effects to go, okay, I sacrifice a land, cool, all right. I draw a card, oh yeah, I tutor for my lands, all right, I played Evolving Wilds, I sacrifice it. You're heavily incentivized to play like fetch lands, a lot of fetch lands, obviously. It is such a powerful commander that can make use of some very, very basic things again. There are a lot of budget, obviously a lot of non-budget fetch lands too, but these days there's a lot of budget-friendly fetch lands too. Being able to go like, okay, yeah, I've got like, Shire Terrace, I think that's one of them, right? Where you're like, okay, I can tap for a host, or I can pay 1 tap, sacrifice, go get any basic, or again, Escape Tunnel, etc., etc., etc. You got a lot of ways to sacrifice things, you got a lot of ways to generate turns these days, and being able to just draw your entire library, basically, and also just turn your commander easily into an evasive, again, at least 2-shot KO, getting to, 7 power for a 3-shot KO very easily, 11 power quite quickly as well for a 2-shot KO, and of course, double strike as well. You're in red, cool. Take opponents out in 1 swing, or just outvalue them throughout the entire game. Or just grow this into a 21 power commander with counters too. You can do that too. It's incredibly powerful. Pick it up, build around it, and expect to see the wrath of the table come at you. Moving on, the Gitrog Monster. Yeah, this is gross. This is insanely powerful. This is a commander that, well, players might think like, oh, I need like an incredibly high budget to actually make this into a very powerful commander deck. I've done that before, where I built the deck around this, where it is nowhere near an incredibly high budget. It is a very budget-friendly commander when you build it properly, and you can just absolutely decimate people out there. World Spine Worm these days is just like 77 cents, and you can get that very cheaply, very easily, and you just need like one other of these shuffles. You don't need a Shuffle Hulk, okay? You don't need a Shuffle Titan, essentially. Not Shuffle Hulk, Shuffle Titan. You don't need a Shuffle Titan, essentially, to actually decimate your opponents with this. You can do so, again, with things like World Spine Worm, and just make so that you can just go infinite. Okay, let's get to what the commander does real quick before I just actually say exactly what you should be doing at the end game of it. A 6/6 Frog with Death Touch for a 5-mana Golgari. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you sacrifice a land. You're going to be okay doing that. Pledge to land each of your turns. Whenever one or more lands are put in your graveyard from anywhere, draw a card. From anywhere is the key word there. Being able to go, okay, if I mill lands into my graveyard, I draw. If I discard lands, I draw. Yeah, that's really where the key is with this one. Dakmor Salvage is an incredibly good land. There's plenty of ways to tutor for land, essentially, but one that has Dredge is a way to, okay, discard it, get it back, discard it, get it back, discard, get it back, and eventually not mill yourself out with, again, shuffle-type cards like World Spine Worm. Being able to just have a free discard outlet in play, plus Dakmor Salvage, plus this equals your entire library is in your graveyard, and there are so many crazy, powerful things that you can do from there, of course. Yeah, you're gonna win. Entire library in your graveyard, in your hand too. Yeah, you can do some crazy good things with this one. You're just able to decimate opponents in absolutely no time with this. Again, very easy setup and very easy way to just destroy your opponents. And they might think like, okay, yeah, no way that Gitrog Monster deck is actually that powerful, because they said they built it on a budget. And you're like, yeah, but there's a lot of crazy things you can do on a budget. Take them out with this one. And finally, Carrick? I can never remember how to say this. Son of Yawgmoth. I'm just going to say Junior. There we go. A 2/2 for Phyrexian minion for 7 mana in black, but it is 4 and 3 Phyrexian black. So actually you can just pay, 4 mana and 6 life. And again, life is a resource. Use it. Junior is incredibly cheap. Lifelink for each black, and it costs you to play 2 life and pay that mana. Basically, all of your black pips are Phyrexian black, which is insane. Whenever you cast a black spell, put a counter on Junior. So being able to essentially go, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to play things for cheap, for incredibly cheap. Again, I can get this out quite quickly. Again, there's ritual effects, obviously, and Black Dark Ritual, especially. Being able to just get this out super quickly, super easily, then play other things for either free or at a giant reduced cost, and then be able to do some absolutely incredible things so quickly your opponent's head will spin. And of course, there's combos with this as well. Again, being able to activate abilities, again, for basically free. 2 life, sure, but for free if they're a black pip. You can do some crazy good things with this one. Yes, you're paying life, but again, life is a resource. There's plenty of ways to gain life. Again, you just play like Gary, and you're like, okay, cool, yeah. Drained opponents a ton with that. Good for me. Or life swap type cards to actually say like, oh, I went down to like 2 life. Okay, you're at 40. Cool. I'm at 40 now, and now you're at 2. Yay! Yeah, it's an incredibly powerful commander. Again, cost reduction is insane, especially when it comes to reducing pips. Crazy good. Commander Junior is powerful. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again, and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.